Who's your Jessica bias?
You.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's the camera.
You're so annoying. Welcome back to The Law Process.
With me, Jade.
And me, Grace. If you haven't subscribed to our channel already, then make sure you subscribe, make sure you like and comment on all our videos.
Yes, and if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that post notification bell. In today's video, we'll be reacting to episode 1 of Suits.
Yes, and for those of you who don't know what Suits is, even though I don't know why you wouldn't know what Suits is, Suits is an American program about lawyers
in suits. So we will be giving our perspective as people within the legal profession in the UK and comparing it to what they do in the US.
Yeah, so make sure you stay tuned.
I'm excited.
I'm sorry, you say the best to me?
Harvey, when are you going to leave Pierce and look for a man?
I'll leave Jessica anytime you want. You just have to formally ask. And then after that, why don't you formally ask Santa Claus to bring you a pony, because I'm not leaving Jessica. I check.
This is what men discuss in their spare time. Statistically, anyway, women are better bosses than men.
Do you think?
Yeah, definitely.
I respect him. He's our best closer.
Well, if you're the best closer, where the hell you been for the last 3 hours?
Closer is not a term used in the UK.
No, it's not actually.
No, I don't know how widely it is used within the US as well, as I've never heard any lawyer in the US refer to as a closer either, but it's definitely not a term used in the US.
No, but
it's used in the UK, sorry.
I feel like there's another name for it though in the UK.
Someone who can close a deal.
Yeah.
That's essentially what it is, a closer. Someone who can get the deal done, close the deal without having to go to court.
Yeah.
First of all, Gerald, if you think anyone's going to touch this deal after your bad faith, you're mistaken. Second, the way our agreement works is the minute Cooper signed the deal which gave you everything you wanted, our fee was due and payable, which is why at 7:30 I received confirmation of a wire transfer from escrow indicating payment in full.
Payment in full before the deal has been finalised.
That's why it's the best closer.
I guess so, but that doesn't sound right.
Like,
beware of dealing with crooked clients like him as well.
Yeah, and also they keep talking about bad faith as well, which obviously means like dishonesty.
Yeah.
But then
if you watch our Myths About Lawyers video, lawyers aren't allowed to lie.
That's it.
So I'd say the ball's in your court, but the truth is your balls are in my fist.
You don't talk to clients like that.
What, your balls are in my fist?
Yeah. Would you ever say that to a client?
Do you know what? I do think it depends on the relationship though, because some lawyers have had certain clients for years.
Okay.
Like they go to their houses for dinner and things like that. So.
But if it was a brand new client,
no, which
then,
he is.
Yeah. So you can't speak to clients like that.
No, their balls should not be in your fist. I feel like if Harvey wasn't so good looking, he wouldn't get away with half the things he gets away with. Honestly.
No, it's true.
Time's up. Pencils down. Excuse me. Do I know you from somewhere?
I don't think so. A pretty good memory for faces.
So sorry, just on that point, with their law school, because that's a law school entrance exam. So they have to do an exam to go to law school, and then once they pass law school, does that mean that they automatically become a solicitor? Because we in the UK don't have to do an exam to get into law school.
No, you don't. Thinking, is this like us doing the LPC?
So I'm saying this test enables them to qualify, it seems like. Correct us if we're wrong. Whereas going to law school in the UK doesn't just automatically enable you to qualify.
Yeah.
Maybe. Anyway, let's continue watching and see.
I said I was going to get you 158. I told you I wanted a 175.
That's cheeky. Like, you didn't even do the exam. And
and
the person got you 158 and you're like, I wanted more.
I'm more thinking, how are they just cheating like that? It seemed pretty easy to just cheat.
Yeah. See, you can't do this in the UK, guys. Like.
But the way he did it.
He pretended to be him.
With his ID.
Yeah, and then sat the exam.
So I guess if you're.
Maybe
we're not promoting.
Don't
promoting it, but I'm just thinking like maybe if your professors and your lecturers aren't in the exam, they won't know how to distinguish you, but I've never heard of it, don't do it.
You're a B- student, you got 1,000 on your SATs. If I get you a 175, then know you cheated.
See?
It's only if I get a 175. Actually, no, I would get a 180.
And again, talking about bad faith, you're trying to be a lawyer, and this is how you're trying to get into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, in the UK, SRA would never. If you get caught, that's it, you're barred, literally.
Yeah.
Look, man, I'm serious. I almost got caught today. I've got to stop getting stoned. I've got to get my act together.
Dude, look at me. You can burn bud and still be a success.
You sell pot for a living.
Yeah, see, this is why they think that lawyers do drug. This is why.
Yeah.
Fucker, he's Scatton's biggest client.
Not anymore. He's looking around. He wants us to assess where he's vulnerable to a takeover. Plays tennis. I want you to close him.
Consider it done.
Then you are officially dismissed for the evening.
It's interesting that she said that part about the client playing tennis, because obviously she's trying to get Harvey to get in there with the client, which is what a lot of lawyers have to do, which is why I don't know if it's as common now, but I think back in the day, it used to be a thing for lawyers to play and their clients to play golf together.
Yeah,
and that used to be like
I feel like that's still a thing now, actually.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think
okay.
it is.
Well, yeah, so it's getting in there with your client to make sure that you get that deal done and they kind of like you. How ethical that is, I don't really know. Because you're like kind of trying to sway the client in a way. Yeah, likability gets you far.
Yeah, no, it honestly does, yeah.
Past. I get off at 10 past. I'm never going out with you.
I guess so.
Shut down.
You're not the best closer this season.
How embarrassing.
Harvey, your interviews are set up for tomorrow.
What? Why don't we just hire the Harvard summer associate douche?
I think if you listen to the phrasing of that question, you'll come up with an answer.
Yeah.
We need people who think on their feet, not another clone with a rod up his ass. Harvey.
Hear that? Not another clone.
Yeah, that's a really good point, actually. Like, as a lawyer, you do need to be able to, like, think on your feet.
Yeah, but also it's just about having individuality.
Yeah.
And when you go for interviews or anything like that, just being yourself and being personable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we please skip the recruiting? I work better alone anyway.
Well, I would, Harvey, except all senior partners get an associate.
Yeah, if you're a senior partner of the firm, that means you partly own the firm as well. So you share the same liabilities with other partners of the firm.
Jessica, I deserve that promotion. My billables destroy his. And I'm here night and day doing whatever's needed instead of swanning in and out of here whenever I please.
And what he meant by billables destroy Harvey's was the fact that as a lawyer, you have to bill everything that you do. And so he's basically saying that he works a lot more and bills a lot more client, therefore bringing a lot more money into the firm
than
Harvey does.
Yeah.
I'm loving Jessica Pearson.
Done. We're gonna need to streamline this. Give each guy a hard time. Before you send them back, give me a wink if they say something clever. Cool?
Okay. What are you looking for?
Another me.
Got it. Arrogant, self-absorbed, blowhard. Thinks he's the smartest one in the room.
That's why I love you. You get me.
This lets you know to be nice to every person as soon as you get into the firm.
Yeah.
Down to the receptionist is looking at you to try and see whether you're suitable for the role. So another thing actually is that in America, they interview for their trainees in hotels. Apparently that's quite a common thing.
I've heard that as well.
Yeah, where that's not a thing in the UK at all. You'll just go to the firm and you'll interview there.
Yeah.
Wait, is there a reason why I should let you in?
I'm just trying to ditch the cops, okay? I don't really care if you let me in.
I guess that sounds like something Harvey would say, because...
What kind of reason to love someone?
Mr. Spector will be right with you.
What? Hi, Rick Sorkin. Harvey Specter, nice to meet you. Should have a seat here. Whoa. What's this?
Imagine that happening at an interview for a law firm. The police are getting called and you are out of there. No chance of ever becoming a lawyer. That's a done deal. That is it.
Yeah.
But this is a TV show. So let's watch it and enjoy.
I like to read. And why'd you ask them what time it was? Throw them off. I mean, what kind of drug dealer asks a cop what time it is when he's got a briefcase full of pot, right? We should hire you. Jesus, I'd give you the 25 grand as a signing bonus. Unfortunately, we only hire from Harvard. And you not only did not go to Harvard Law School.
I wonder if that's actually still a thing in the US to only hire from a certain law school. Because although in the UK there are law firms that prefer you to go to a certain law school, for example, BPP or University of Law.
Yeah.
I think it's a very...
I feel like some law firms in the UK still send their trainees to a certain law school.
I was just thinking, like, is there going to be a broad array of diversity in that firm if you're only picking people from a certain firm? Do you know what I mean? Diversity quota is going to be way down. And this firm, I don't know how successful it will end up being.
When I was in college, it was my dream to be a lawyer. I needed some money, and Trevor convinced me to memorize this math test and sell it. I got knocked into a different life. And I have been wishing for a way back ever since.
Everyone deserves a second chance.
Yeah.
It's hard work, long hours, high pressure. I need a grown goddamn man.
Yeah.
You give me this, and I will work as hard as it takes to school those Harvard douches and become the best lawyer you have ever seen.
Jeez. That's kind of a big statement.
That is a big statement.
Do you think that he actually ended up being the best lawyer?
He becomes a Harvey Clode. So, but he's not always the most ethical lawyer, I would say.
True, but who's the better lawyer, Harvey or Mike?
Mike, because Mike has compassion, and I think that's really needed as a lawyer.
Okay.
And sometimes I like to hang out with people who aren't that bright. Just to see how the other half lives.
Cheeky.
Move over. I'm emailing the firm. I just found our next associate.
Just like that.
If only it was that easy.
It's not that easy in real life, guys.
Tate fired the firm.
So you're taking my promotion away?
You know, most firms would put you in front of the bar and have your license stripped. You lied to a client, and he figured it out.
I lied to him to get him to do the right thing and honor his goddamn contract.
Again, what Jessica said was spot on. He lied to a client. That is a big offence.
I'm glad they're just so strict about it in the UK and US.
No, literally, like, what she said about him being disbarred, that would have been it.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm going to go across town and join Rick Peterson. I'm going to approach every client I've ever closed, and I'm going to take them with me.
He cannot do that.
Pro bono.
Anything but that.
Harvey, pro bono cases are how we as a firm show that we care about more than just ourselves.
I love a good pro bono.
Yeah, pro bono is actually a really good way to get work experience as well.
Yeah, I got a lot of my initial legal work experience through pro bono, because pro bono is essentially free legal services that they provide to clients. So if you're just starting off, try and get yourself some pro bono work. It'll really help out. Great experience as well.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell me your story?
It started 2 years ago. I was a stay-at-home mom to my son, Freddie. And one day we were at Little League. Freddie was 5. He really hated that he couldn't play with the older kids. It was the 3rd inning, and I got a phone call. My husband had been in a car accident, and he was gone. Just like that.
I'm so sorry.
See that compassion that you need to have as a solicitor or lawyer? That is what you need for a client to instill their trust in you.
Yeah.
I had her life ripped apart. You don't even care?
I'm not about caring. I'm about winning.
Why can't you be about both?
I'd explain it to you, but then I'd have to care about you.
You need to be about both. As well, if you want to win, then you kind of have to care. So it kind of goes hand in hand, really.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's exactly what I thought.
Then what do you need my help for?
I don't know how to fill out a subpoena.
Quite funny, actually, that Harvey just expected Mike to know how to fill that out without any training or anything. It's his first day at work, and yeah, he just thought he would know how to fill it out.
Maybe this is why he should have gone to law school.
Yeah, literally.
Engagement letter? Yeah. What's an engagement letter?
It's a piece of paper that keeps her from being able to sue us.
Client needs to sign an engagement letter before you start working with him. Those are the terms and conditions of the course of your relationship. So that needs to be signed beforehand.
Suka, go in, tell him I sent you, and spend some money.
What does it matter how much money I spend on suits?
These people respond to how we're dressed, so like it or not, this is what you have to do. That's what we...
That is true. You do want to look presentable.
Yeah, you want to look the part.
It doesn't need to be expensive, like Harvey sort of expensive. But you do need to look presentable. You want to look the part. You want to look like you've showed up to work.
It's 6:30. I'm going home. Okay, what's so funny?
You're a rookie associate. If you go home before 9 on your first week, you're not going to make it through your first month. And Lewis Lit wants to see you.
That's a good point.
Yeah, that is.
Because, you know, in the assumption videos when people said that, lawyers don't have a work-life balance, this is, I guess 6:30, you'd think you'd be home by now, wouldn't you? But I guess not.
It's about knowing your firm and knowing what's expected of you in your firm. If the firm expects you to stay until 9, 10 p.m, then that's what's expected of you. Some firms won't. So it's about knowing what's expected of you, really.
Yeah. And this bit is realistic because some firms you actually can't leave the office that early.
Yeah, it would be frowned upon.
Yeah.
I wanted to give you a special welcome from me. Amongst other things, I'm sort of the disciplinarian of the associates. Mary, Ms. Pearson wanted me to ask, have you completed the Petrenko filing?
Oh, well, my brother was in over the weekend, so I didn't really get to it.
Oh, Gary, come on, this is like the third time I've had to ask.
I'll get right on it.
Oh, don't bother, you're fired.
What? You can't fire me.
Oh, yes, I can. And I just did.
Yeah, see, you can't just fire someone just like that on the spot. Like, that is not realistic. Like, for you to fire someone, there's just so many processes that you have to go through.
Yeah, the process you have to go through, you also have to have reasonable grounds.
Yeah, like, this is why people will bring on fair dismissal claim, literally. So yeah, don't fire people like that, you can't do that.
Okay, I have 2 words for you.
Cheese!
Absolutely beautiful.
You think you're the only one who can charm a client?
Okay.
Categorically stunning.
Okay.
How's the new kid working out?
Really hot.
You're an idiot.
Jessica Pearson.
Jessica Pearson is what you call goals.
Literally.
A black woman, the head of a law firm.
Yeah.
Goals.
Trying to be like her when we're older.
Honestly.
We filed a motion to dismiss the case based on our lack of evidence. Good. Good. What do you mean good?
Well, he wouldn't have evidence because that's the point of a subpoena. A subpoena is normally brought against a person in order to force them or get them to give up evidence.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't have evidence at this stage.
Is as much art as science, so we're going to look at privacy and harassment law, so you can find a combination of cases to make an argument. I'll take privacy.
Privacy? My bag.
I'll take harassment law.
This will take a while. We're going to need dinner.
This just shows as well how one case on sexual harassment, how you have to look into 2 different aspects of the law. So harassment law and privacy law. So you have to work across different teams normally. So someone who knows the laws on those 2 different things and be able to research really well.
Yeah. I feel like this scene especially shows the importance of researching, and as a aspiring lawyer, research is key. You have to be able to get into the habit of researching thoroughly.
Remember when I said you thought you were too smart to be a paralegal? Why?
Aren't I a lawyer? I don't test well.
What?
I am smart. And I know I'd be a good lawyer. I don't know what it is. I can't take tests.
That's the harsh thing about life generally. You have to get through loads of hoops and tests and skills.
Yeah.
To be fair, they need to have the test in order to show that you're capable. But some people just don't test well.
Yeah,
Some
literally.
people can't do multiple choice sort of tests. So it's a hard one, but as she said, she is smart, she'd be a good lawyer.
Yeah.
Then her story, the plaintiff doesn't have one piece of evidence.
Because the evidence lies within their personnel files, which they're conveniently refusing to hand over.
Those files contain sensitive information. He's fishing at the expense of our employees' right to privacy.
So there isn't a federal privacy law in the US yet. I think they're trying to enforce that. So it depends what state they're in, how it would work. But in the UK, you may have to hand over personal records if it's required for legal proceedings.
You honestly think I would harass Herman?
Well, I don't know, Your Honor. Some people have a thing for the uniform.
I'd like to think Herman
Who's
would
been
come
so
to me
judged like
before
that?
he even got to an
Literally, I was just thinking that.
I wouldn't trust you as far as I can throw you, Your Honor.
Okay. No, you respect it.
Files are in conference room C.
Why wouldn't they bring them to my cubicle?
They're trying to bury you in paperwork.
Well, they picked the wrong guy.
If they didn't, I did. Get it done by the end of the week. I gotta run and try my new client.
Now that is why teamwork is essential.
I guess he's not going home anytime soon.
No. But although in some offices they do have sleeping pods.
Yeah.
You've been seeing this woman and several others for quite some time. How do you think your wife's gonna vote after she finds out?
Who says she has to find out?
My investigator got these within a week. What do you think a motivated competitor is gonna dig up in a year?
So his way of charming the client is by blackmailing.
Basically.
Yeah, don't blackmail your clients, guys. Like.
Looking for Devlin McGregor, you then went on to waitress at Hooters, right?
Yes, I did.
Place that advertises the sexuality of his waitstaff, correct?
You'll have to ask them that.
I'm asking you.
And she's not answering. Move on.
So this is basically what a deposition looks like. It is basically when you interrogate a witness and later on you might use this evidence in court.
So, in 1993, then, you were not arrested for stealing $1,000 worth of jewelry from the Willow Grove Mall in Pennsylvania.
I was 17. That was one mistake. Those records were supposed to be sealed.
Oh, so when you say those records were sealed, what you mean to say is you thought you could get away with a lie.
No, that's not it. You're making it seem different than it is.
I'm sorry, you were arrested in your past and you lied about it here under oath. Is that making it seem different than what it is?
I feel like he's being a bit of a prick.
Yeah. Sometimes.
And also, you would have expected by now her lawyers to intervene at some point.
Yeah,
like
I was thinking that.
Yeah, he was going really personal, and although he needs to gather information from her, I feel like some of his questions were inappropriate.
Yeah.
I'm like, Harvey, Mike, where you at?
Harsh, yeah.
Joanna, wait, please.
This is why I didn't want to testify. They twist something from 100 years ago and make me look like a liar.
This is also a common problem with sexual assault cases. So it's sad to see this being displayed on TV.
You fired Gary Lipsky in front of Mike Ross. What's so funny?
Gary Lipsky works the mailroom.
What?
I didn't fire anyone.
See, you can't just fire somebody like that.
No.
You plant a fake employee to manipulate the associate. That's it.
What?
These That's So Raven moments that Harvey and both Mike have, where they'll be mid-sentence, then be like...
Like, all of a sudden, the penny just drops.
Like, if I could gaze into the future, like, this isn't like... Although sometimes engaging in conversation does bring you stuff, but it's just the way they do it, like...
All the time, yeah.
Like, so dramatic.
You never worked for Devlin McGregor. You were never harassed by Mr. Hunt.
That's a lot.
Look, I can tell you that I've got the canceled checks or the wire transfer or whatever smoking gun that exists. I don't. But I will, and when I do, you'll be going to jail, unless you tell me what happened right now.
This really seems like harassment, just showing up at a client's
Literally,
house.
like, you just
witness,
wouldn't...
sorry.
Yeah, you wouldn't do that in real life. You can't just show up at someone's house and just...
Yeah, I haven't heard of it.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, how realistic do you think Suits is?
The way that Harvey moves, the hiring of Mike, I'd have to give it maybe a 4.
A 4?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, why? What do you think?
I'd give it at least a 6.
I just think there was loads of parts in it where maybe realistic, but that Harvey should be disbarred for. That's
true,
so maybe
true,
realistic,
true.
but I'm like...
Yeah, like in the real world, like he still wouldn't be a lawyer by now.
Well, unless he was just really good at getting away with stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, okay. 4, and I give it a 6.
Yeah.
But let us know what you think in the comments down below.
So that brings us to the end of our review of Suits. That was interesting, funny.
Yeah, it's quite fun.
Let us know if you have any other suggestions of anything else that we should review.
Yeah.
And we shall see you in our next one.
Bye.